Hi guys, John here, the movie blog, and this is my quick review of the new Michael Jai White film, Black Dynamite. Now, ever since the first trailer came out for Black Dynamite, which made us all howl, and I saw that great line where Black Dynamite says,
"I am declaring war on anybody who sells drugs in our community."
And then he shows the pimp saying,
"But Black Dynamite, I sell drugs in the community."
I've been ravenously looking forward to this film. I thought it looked hilarious, but at the same time, a bit of apprehension, because films like this can look great in trailers, but what happens a lot is they end up being nothing more than like really drawn out and stretched out Saturday Night Live skits that don't make good feature films. So I went to the premiere in Hollywood last night, and at the beginning of the film, the director, Scott Saunders, I believe is his name, comes out, and he says in this narrator's voice, "Black Dynamite's got a special delivery. Knock, knock, sign on the dotted line, and Black Dynamite will hand you your ass." And as soon as he said that, it set the tone for the whole night for the audience, and the movie starts playing. So does the movie live up to the hype, or does it turn out to be a disappointing, stretched out Saturday Night Live skit? It lives up to the hype with a little bit of stretched out ism at the end, and I'll get to that here in a second. Black Dynamite basically is about, and I use that term loosely because there's really not much of a plot to the film, nor does it need it, but it's about this 70s blaxploitation, mega hero, Black Dynamite, and that's his name. That's his name since childhood. Black Dynamite is his name. And his brother gets murdered by the mob. There's two separate plot lines. His brother gets murdered by the mob, and there's an influx of drugs in the street that's hooking children on drugs. And of course, near the end, you find out that the two are actually connected. But and he sets out to stop all of this nonsense and get revenge for the death of his brother and going out to fight the man. And the movie is just hilarious. It is nonstop. First of all, this is the most quotable movie I have seen since Army of Darkness. Everybody quotes Army of Darkness. I'm telling you, if enough people see this film, this is a movie that will be quoted for a long time. I mean, every scene has one priceless gem of a one-liner after the next. And the only problem is there's so many of them that you start to forget all these great one-liners, but the movie's filled with them. Second thing I got to mention about how great this film is Michael Jai White is going to be a legitimate action star. Because number one, he's got the great physique and the great build. He's also a great martial artist on screen. He's a fantastic martial artist on screen. He's got the charisma. He carries this movie with this character. And I think he's going to be a legit A-list action star if given the opportunity. And I think after this film, he'll be given the opportunity to headline some mainstream action films. He certainly deserves it. On the downside of the film, the last 10 or 15 minutes, it's not a long movie, but I still feel the last 10 to 12 minutes should have just been cut off, because at one point in the film, it starts to get a little bit tired. There's still some great one-liners in the last 10 minutes, don't get me wrong, but it starts to get a little bit tired, but it seems to cross this threshold of being really great, funny parody, and gets into just being spoof, date movie, disaster movie, nonsense silliness. Like when you find out who the big bad guy is at the end in the battle, it just gets kind of silly and not funny anymore. I mean, yeah, the whole rest of the movie is kind of silly, but it's like this great parody silly. And then it crosses the line into this juvenile, just childish silly that kind of lost me. But that's just the last 10 or so minutes. And even in there's some good stuff. There's nothing else good about the movie, because all it is funny and some great action, and you laugh your ass off when you're watching this flick. And so, overall, I give Black Dynamite an 8.5 out of 10. I think it's hilarious. I think you will too. I hope it gets a wide release. I don't know if it's scheduled for one yet or not. But anyway, that's my review for Black Dynamite for the movie blog. I'm John Campea.